The governor signs an historic bill, neighbors join together on Community Project Day, and royal visitors celebrate the founding of New Sweden right here in Wilmington. All of that and more on Update News. Wilmington City Council is in the process of examining the city's upcoming budget. Mayor Dennis Williams introduced his proposed 2014 fiscal year budget to the council during his first State of the City address in March. The proposal includes a 2.8% increase over last year, raising the city's budget to $146.9 million. Williams' budget does not include a property tax increase, the third consecutive year without one for Wilmington residents. However, water and sewer rates would rise by 12%, and stormwater charges would increase by 11%, an average of $5 more per month for city households. No layoffs were included in the mayor's budget, but for the fifth year in a row, city employees would not receive raises or cost of living adjustments.
We've been talking for years about we have to continue to find ways to cut some costs. We have to kind of reduce our workforce because we want to be able to give, our present city employees an increase. I mean, many of them haven't had an increase in 5 years, and that is just not good. And we have to find a way to find room in the next couple of years in the budgets to find an increase for them.
14 police officers and 13 firefighters originally hired using federal grant money would not lose their jobs in the submitted budget. The city would pay more than $1 million to retain those positions. Throughout April, City Council held a series of budget hearings to question the administration on the specifics of the plan.
Our decisions concerning the administration's budget proposal will have a direct bearing on citizens and businesses as well as our neighbors and communities. We do not take this task lightly. While we are charged with reviewing each aspect of government operations for FY 2014, we also have the responsibility to determine how a single-year budget plan affects the city's fiscal health in years ahead.
I think the process went well. There were times when I think they had done some things that we kind of raised our eyebrows a little bit and kind of made notes about. So we'll be discussing them among ourselves in the next couple of weeks. And as you know, part of this process is making some counter proposals back to the administration of things that we want to see, changes that we want to see in the budget.
Council will vote on the budget in mid-May. The city's fiscal year begins July 1st. Saying he did not want to make anyone wait one day longer, Governor Jack Markell signed the marriage equality bill into law. The governor's signature makes Delaware the 11th state to allow same-sex couples the opportunity to marry. Earlier, supporters of the legislation gathered at the Lewis L. Redding City County building to introduce the legislation.
Now, I pledged back in January in my inaugural address that we would make Delaware a welcoming place to live, to love, and to raise a family for all who call our great state their home. It's time. It's time that we do the right thing.
Today, it's good to be a Delawarean. Today, we are introducing legislation that will extend the freedom to marry to all Delawareans who are in a loving and committed relationship.
So this wind that we feel today, folks, it's the wind of change. It's the wind of equality. Because today is an historic day in Delaware. With the filing of this civil marriage equality bill, Delaware begins the process of becoming a marriage equality state.
The new law establishes civil marriage equality for all families by allowing two persons to marry, regardless of their genders, giving same-gendered married couples the same rights, benefits, and protections currently enjoyed by opposite-gendered marriages. It also establishes that no clergy person or minister of any religion will be required to perform marriage ceremonies that do not conform to their beliefs.
I'm honored to walk into an office every day that's called the Department of Justice. I'm proud to be here today to join you and the people behind me in making sure that the state of Delaware knows and the world knows that the department I run, the Department of Justice, is fully committed to correcting an injustice that has lasted far too long in the state and in our nation.
The Civil Marriage Equality and Religious Freedom Act of 2013 becomes effective on July 1st and includes the conversion of existing civil unions to marriages.
Hey, it's a gorgeous day out here in the city of Wilmington. Seeing the community out here working together is what it's going to take to turn our neighborhoods around.
Wilmington's third annual Community Project Day was held earlier this month. Groups and individual volunteers used the day for projects and cleanups that benefited their neighborhoods.
This is our third Wilmington Community Project Day, and it's grown every year. I wouldn't be surprised today if we have in the area of 700-800 people out here working throughout the whole city, projects everywhere. So it's a real positive day for the people who live in the city and care about the city.
Mayor Williams chipped in by cleaning up with residents at various spots in the city. Organized by Councilmember Bud Friel, along with the Clean Wilmington Committee, the Project Day encourages city residents to demonstrate community spirit and improve their neighborhoods. The day ended with a barbecue for participants at the Lewis L. Redding City County Building. Mayor Williams hosted a series of 4 town hall meetings to share with residents his vision for the city.
Building a stadium here in the city for minor league hockey, minor league basketball. We're looking at luring Capital One here. They want to build a campus in this city. We sat down with them and we're working very hard with them to try to beat everybody else to the punch to get out in front of this, and we hope we do. We know that they haven't made their mind up at this point, but we sat down with some of their corporate leaders a couple of days ago, and I mean, we are very much out front. We're not waiting for the grass to grow under our feet. When somebody says they like Wilmington, well, guess what? We're putting it together and see if we can sell you to bring you in.
At the meetings, which were held in neighborhoods throughout the city, the mayor and senior members of administration met with residents to answer questions on projects and initiatives. Public safety was high on the list of concerns.
Appreciate everything the police is doing, but there are some of us that don't feel that way. And we don't feel that way because we're not at the table when we make decisions on how they want to police our community.
You know, we're talking about incarceration rates. Well, who's committing the crime? Black on black crime. Let's face the music here. I have senior citizens that are scared to death. I knocked on doors all over the city and spoke to almost 9,000 people. And I'm going to tell you something. The people that told me they were frightened, they look like me and you.
With the first phase of construction beginning last December, officials from the Hope Commission wanted the public to see the progress of the new Achievement Center at 38 Vandiver Avenue. When complete in the fall, the center will host a number of community partners that are committed to assisting formerly incarcerated men and their families.
Because I think the issue that you all are trying to address is one of the most important issues that we as a country and we as a state face. The work that will be done here, building on the work that we've started in reentry, we've got to take to a whole new level.
The sole mission of the new center is towards rehabilitating men in the transition from prison into community. The Achievement Center will house supports for substance abuse, mental health care and education, housing and employment assistance.
It is time now to give something back, and let's start some jobs programs, some true jobs programs. And let's put some people back to work. If we do not put people back to work, we will be playing the cat chasing his tail. We will never solve this crime problem. Never, ever. We have a double-digit unemployment rate in this city. We have people that are so disillusioned and broken, they could care less about stealing something and going to jail. It's probably better off for them to be in jail.
The Hope Commission began in 2006 to improve the quality of life and reduce crime and violence in the city of Wilmington. The third annual Stubbs Spring Career Fair was held at the school to bring job seekers together with potential employers. Sponsored by EDSI Consulting and hosted by Children and Families First, the fair included nearly 30 employers accepting applications and giving advice to those seeking employment.
We saw a lot of individuals that have come in that are enthused, that are determined, that are optimistic, they're hopeful, and all of those words are key words that I try to express and continue as a part of my message to the residents of the 3rd District. But it's refreshing to see that as they came in the doors today, because they're looking for the opportunity to provide for themselves and their family. And so many individuals, not just in the 3rd District, but throughout our state, throughout our country, have been challenged in this tough economic time.
Channel 22 gave several attendees the opportunity to pitch themselves to employers.
I am an administrative assistant. I'm looking for a position that does that. I am proficient in all Microsoft Office.
I'm looking forward to working with any job as in industrial work, warehousing work, construction, carpentry, landscaping.
I like industrial work. I like hands-on work. I like to complete tasks and get it done. I'm very motivated. I'm young. I'm 20 years old, and I'm willing to work as hard as it is to get the job done.
I'm a quick learner. I normally get things down pat at the first try. And I'm also responsible. I'm held accountable of my own actions.
I'm a very quick learning independent person. Pretty much learned a lot of programming on my own, great in accounting, accounts payable, executive assistant, travel arrangements. I pretty much can do a one-woman office job.
So I would be a great asset to your company if you was to hire me, and I thank you for this opportunity.
You can find more video resumes online at our YouTube website, WITN 22 Wilmington. At-large City Council member Mike Brown was recently honored for his work with the Wilmington Job Corps Center. David NORDHEIMER brings us the story.
The Wilmington Job Corps Center recently held an awards ceremony to honor employees, students, organizations, and members of the community who have contributed to their growth and success. The City of Wilmington Human Resources Department was nominated for an Excellence Award for its participation in the center's workplace learning program.
We would not be successful without the City of Wilmington buying into the concept of training these young people for jobs, getting their high school diplomas, and then going back out into the community and serving them in a very positive and contribute to our community in a positive way. It's just invaluable, the connections that we have made since I've been here, how the city has embraced the center, embraced our students, all the opportunities that they provide for us for internships, and then of course when our students demonstrate expertise in their area, they're willing to hire our students, and that's what we're all about.
At-large City Council member Mike Brown received a Community Support Award for his long commitment to the Job Corps Center. Councilman Brown was on the board that brought the Job Corps Center to Wilmington, and he also worked there for a couple of years.
Anytime you pick up a phone to call Mr. Brown, it's like a no-brainer that he's going to be right there supporting us. When we were faced with adversity, Mr. Brown was on the forefront sticking up for us and telling them, listen, we need to focus back on what is important, which is these youth out here, which are going to be our future. He is for this community, he is for the youth of this community, and he is definitely the #1 supporter of the Wilmington Job Corps.
I've always said from day one, you are the best kept secret in the city of Wilmington for our youth. And I always said that if I had 10,000 tongues, that's not enough to help tell the story about the wonderful things that you do here for the youngsters and young adults who may be on their last leg, standing in the last doorway for hope and for help.
In the end, the Job Corps Center is all about its students. Graduate Meredith Edgerton received an award for Scholar of the Year. She was in the facility maintenance trade, which has paid off as she now works for a property management company.
Well, I came through this program and I learned a lot. My instructor was great, Mr. Hampton. He was his experience in the industry really helped me a lot with the plumbing and the carpentry, stuff like that when it comes to renovating units and apartments. And some of the landscaping stuff I've learned here I'm putting to work too, so it's really, really, really helpful.
And how's the money?
It's pretty good. It's a lot better than, Taco Bell or Target or anything like that where I've worked before.
Award winners go on to compete on the corporate level against winners from 22 other Job Corps centers.
In an effort to work more effectively in the fight against crime, members of the Wilmington Police Department and the Newcastle County Police Department were ceremoniously sworn into the other's jurisdiction. Although police officers can take action in other jurisdictions if they encounter a felony in progress, Chief Christine Dunning believes the change in the court system will have the greatest impact.
I'm hoping, especially with court purposes, if there's something investigative that occurs right outside our boundaries, and we initiate the stop and we build the probable cause, that hopefully will have a less of a challenge in court, because now we are sworn in their jurisdiction.
Chief ELMER Setting of the Newcastle County Police Department says the timing is right to bring together the efforts of the two departments.
We have the same belief system. Policing is more complicated. It's very expensive. We can't just order up another 100 officers. You have to have greater cooperation and communication. We have to work together. And now it's just such a ripe time to do it. I mean, the atmosphere for this is perfect for us to work together.
Officers of the two departments will still be responsible for serving their own jurisdictions, and the normally assigned patrol areas will not change. Chief Dunning and Chief Setting will swear in any officers not present at the ceremony during their roll calls. Members of the Wilmington Fire Department went door to door in the city, distributing fire prevention information and installing smoke alarm and carbon monoxide detectors.
The community really appreciate to see us up and down their streets and making contact on non-emergency issues, because most of the time when we're rolling through, it's lights and sirens. So here we have an opportunity to take the time and talk and interact with our community. So the community really appreciate our presence out here.
Statistics show that 1/3 of home fire deaths occur in homes without smoke detectors. Nearly 2,400 people die each year in residential fires in America. The Wilmington Fire Department is doing its best to prevent a tragedy occurring here.
We want to be proactive instead of reactive. We don't want to wait till after an incident and then say, oh man, we should have been out here, we would have been on it. We want to hit this at the beginning. We want the community to know that we're here and we're here for you and what can we do, because at the end of the day, we're all in it together.
Wilmington's fire chief dropped by Regency Healthcare to honor one of the facility's employees for some quick thinking. Lamar Dennis grabbed a fire extinguisher to put out a flame before it could spread, sparing the building and its residents from harm.
What he did truly saved lives. And without what he did, the situation could have got out of hand and a lot worse before we would have got here and saved the day. So we're going to give it to him today for saving the day, Chief. This is for you. You are our heroes for being able to step up and do the right thing at the right time.
Homeowners in need of financial assistance to pay for necessary repairs may be able to get help from the City of Wilmington. Sheila Friedman gives us the steps you need to take to fix your home.
Hello, I'm Sheila Friedman with City Services Information. The City of Wilmington offers a home repair loan program for owner-occupants of single-family dwellings whose family income falls within the low to moderate income guidelines and having occupied their properties for a minimum of 12 months. But this loan only applies to the infrastructure of the home, and that includes heating, roofing, plumbing, electrical, handicap facilities where it's needed, and any condition where an emergency need exists to provide safe and decent living quarters. The loan terms are tailored to the financial status of the borrower. All the loans are secured with a mortgage against the borrower's property. Loan amounts are based on the cost of the rehabilitation work necessary to bring an emergency repair need up to code. To apply for a loan, you can stop by the Department of Real Estate and Housing on the 7th floor in the City County building or call 576-3000.
The latest Habitat for Humanity project was dedicated on 22nd Street. Margaret Standback ceremoniously received the keys to her new Prices Run home.
It's a great feeling, to realize a dream of becoming a homeowner.
We on City Council, we continue to do our work to create livable neighborhoods, and particularly here in the 3rd District. And so by doing that, it's important for us to make sure that we create a housing stock that is desirable for residents to come and invest in.
This was the first Habitat for Humanity of Newcastle County home to be dedicated in 2013. Since 1986, nearly 180 homes have been built by Habitat in Newcastle County. Prospective homeowners involved in these projects attend events and training and spend countless hours physically helping build their new homes.
I'm very proud, also very excited to be a part of this community that's up and coming. I mean, I'm very, very excited. Also, too, I would like to say I pray that God will bless my house, my home, and also my new neighborhood and my new community. My new community. Thank you. I really thank all of y'all for coming out here and helping us celebrate this moment. Thank you.
With nearly 2/3 of Americans acknowledging that they don't save enough money, City Council President Theo Gregory and 3rd District Councilmember Darius Brown have come together to encourage residents to build savings, not debt.
I view this as a quality of life issue in addition to it being an economic development issue.
We began this initiative of Money Matters because we believe that every dollar counts, and if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
April was Financial Literacy Month, and the Delaware Financial Literacy Institute is urging citizens to focus on their future.
The purpose of Financial Literacy Month, of financial literacy, is to teach people to live within their means, which is not easy in today's economy, to teach people to save early and save often, and most importantly, to make informed decisions for successful financial futures.
Research has shown that as little as 10 hours of personal financial education can improve spending and saving habits. The Delaware Financial Literacy Institute offers free programs such as the Money School to give residents the tools to become self-sufficient and enjoy financial stability. The city has activated a new website to allow residents the ability to view their bill balances and history online. citizenselfservice.wilmingtonde.gov gives residents the capability to see their balance information from a number of city departments, including licenses and inspections and finance. Annual permits issued by the fire department can also be accessed. Although the site does not currently accept payments, customers do that by calling 302-571-4320 and pressing option 4. Vehicle ticket information is not available on the Citizen Self-Serve website, but there is a link on the site leading to the city's finance webpage where you can find more information about tickets. Arbor Day in Wilmington was celebrated at Brown Burton Winchester Park. Children from neighborhood schools were on hand to learn the important role trees play in our lives. Sponsored by the Delaware Center for Horticulture, the event gave students the opportunity to watch tree care demonstrations, enjoy interactive learning sessions, and help plant new trees in the park. Arbor Day also marked the 20th year of Wilmington being named a Tree City USA by the Arbor Day Foundation. Earth Day was also celebrated in the city. Held in Rodney Square, the annual festival celebrates the earth with children's crafts and dozens of green vendors offering products, free tree seedlings, and tips on making lives more environmentally friendly. 2 downtown farmers markets have opened for the season. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the downtown Wilmington Farmers Market in Rodney Square. Baked goods, fresh produce, and cut flowers are only a portion of the items available every week from more than 75 vendors in the square. The Downtown Farmers Market operates on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., rain or shine. The Nemours Plaza between the Brandywine and Nemours buildings downtown is the home of the Fresh Friday Farmers Market. Every Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., vendors will be selling fresh flowers and farm fresh produce. It's the second year for the market, and the City of Wilmington sponsors both markets alongside Downtown Visions. State Representative Stephanie T. Bolden once again hosted the Burton Phelan Memorial Scholarship Fashion Show at the Chase Center on the riverfront. It's the 20th year the former city council member has put on the event that helps college students with tuition and financial assistance.
These are students I follow from their sophomore year through their senior year, and they get $1,000 or more each semester. They must give back 20 hours of community service, and they must maintain a 2.50 cumulative average. So I'm really excited because this has been 20 years of success and seeing students graduate and actually make it in this world.
As always, the fashion show features celebrities from Delaware's political ranks as elected officials took to the stage to strut their stuff.
Brought to you by Harvey too.
And I think the students, when they actually get to see their legislators participating in the process, that's benefiting them in terms of education, that they can appreciate it. I just want to make sure that all of them that have graduated, which some of them are here tonight, are able to give back and help another student to be able to advance.
Recipients of the Burton Phelan Scholarship receive $1,000 each semester spent in school and must perform community service and maintain a 2.5 grade point average. This year, 5 students will receive financial assistance through the program. Following an impressive basketball career in which she achieved All-American status in both high school and college, Elena Deladon was chosen with the 2nd overall pick in the WNBA draft.
The Chicago Sky choose Elena Deladon from the University of Delaware.
Deladon led Wilmington's Ursuline Academy to 3 straight high school championships before attending the University of Delaware. The Blue Hens qualified for the past 2 NCAA tournaments, and Deladon was named the Colonial Athletic Association's Player of the Year 3 times. Following the season, she was selected by the Chicago Sky with their first pick in the Women's National Basketball Association draft. The WNBA season runs from May through September. 375 years ago, the Swedes and Finns boarded the Kalmar-Nyckel sailing ship and set a course for the New World. They set foot in New Sweden, or as it is now called, Wilmington, the first permanent European settlement in the Delaware Valley. Recently, a celebration honoring that historic voyage was held in the city. Joining the local dignitaries that day were none other than King Carl XVI Gustav and Queen Sylvia of Sweden, along with the Finnish Speaker of Parliament and the Mayor of Kalmar, Sweden, Wilmington's sister city. We'll leave you today with some of the sights and sounds of that celebration, including a special visit made to the Wilmington City Council. Thanks for watching.